Flint begins the long process of fixing its water problem by Ari Shapiro on National Public Radio. Adapted by Mr. Grail on April 12, 2016. The article starts with a photograph. The photograph has a caption. The caption tells us information about the photograph that we might not know. The caption says, "Thousands of water bottles have been donated to Flint during the crisis." In Flint, Michigan, families are using bottled water to do everything, from cooking to bathing. The tap water is still unsafe to drink after government leaders allowed corroded lead pipes to poison the water. Corroded is bolded. That means it's one of our key words. We can look at our keyword box to see what corroded means. Corroded means damaged or weakened. Let's read that sentence again now that we know what it means. The tap water is still unsafe to drink after government leaders allowed corroded or damaged lead pipes to poison the water. People in Flint have lots of questions for those officials. Perhaps the biggest is the one Haiti Collins has. When are you going to fix it? And I mean fix it right, she says. On a recent day, Collins is distributing bottled water at her church. There are two very large trucks in front. These trucks are all full of donated water bottles. Collins is leading a team of church volunteers that hands out literally thousands of bottles each day. And they will continue doing it, she says, as long as the water comes. To figure out just how long there will be a need for bottled water, experts need to start by measuring the size of the problem. Flint has nearly 100,000 people. How many of those people have lead pipes leading to their homes? Marty Kaufman, a professor at the University of Michigan in Flint, set out to answer that question. Marty Kaufman was given some maps that showed information about the pipes from 30 years ago. Nobody knows how correct they are, and they have big blank areas. The maps are so old that they have to check every building to see if the maps are still correct or not. Once researchers can find out where the lead pipes all are, the next challenge is actually fixing the corroded pipes. Over time, the inside of the corroded lead pipes will rebuild a protective film, says Laura Sullivan, a professor at Kettering University. Film is bolded. That means it's one of our keywords. Let's figure out what it means. Film means a thin layer of something. Let's read that sentence again. Over time, the inside of the corroded lead pipes will rebuild a protective film, says Laura Sullivan, a professor at Kettering University. That will make the water safer, but it's not a final solution, and nobody actually knows how long the film will take to rebuild. We've never been in a situation where the pipes in a city are corroded as much as these are, she says. Sullivan has worked on clean water projects all over the world, from South America to Africa. Suddenly, her expertise is needed here in her hometown of Flint. Sullivan says that all of the pipes will need to be replaced, and that can't happen in 2 weeks, or even a month. And that, she says, is a process that shouldn't be rushed. Sullivan understands how frustrated people are not to know when they will have clean water again. That's why she says she is committed to making sure nobody's in the dark going forward. And she hopes that the pipes getting fixed will create jobs for people in Flint who need work. What we plan on doing is taking care of this as quickly as possible, and involving Flint in taking care of Flint, she says. We're not saying, oh, it's your problem, you have to take care of it, but saying, everything you need to take care of it, we'll provide, but this is your city and you have the control of this city. We're going to help you heal. After working on these issues all over the world, Sullivan pauses to think about what it means to fight for clean water here in her hometown. In this situation, I was meeting people I'd never met before, from all walks of life I would never have crossed, but they were really very much like me. And so this is more like fighting for my family than it is trying to help people that deserve something better. Sullivan says. This is more like feeling horribly hurt because the people who I've been standing with are horribly hurt. We just read the article, Flint begins the long process of fixing its water problem. Now think, what did we just read together? Try summarizing what we read with a partner in your group or to yourself. What were the main ideas of this article?